Oh yeah, so we're just back with another one. Back to back videos, like in terms of days. Yeah, usually I'll just drop a video and then like a couple of days later I'll be inspired to do so, but I've been inspired to make these videos, quite frequently, in this very, consecutive manner. Yeah, and I have a topic this time around. I just fear that I might not be able to get it out as smoothly as I usually do. Do my videos. I anticipate that I'm going to be interrupted a whole lot because my mom's cooking and she's going to want me to assist and stuff. But yeah, the topic, it's in the title. And this is one of the very rare instances where I have a topic heading into. Is it very rare? Is it fair to say that it's very rare? It's not normal. More often than not, I just kind of dive in there and then I figure out the overall, subject matter, I feel. But yeah, this is one of those instances where I head in with a topic in mind. The topic is having a type is problematic. The title is probably it's probably that I have having a type is problematic. Alternate title would be I have a type and that's problematic. Because I never really liked going around saying, especially when I was younger, when like this question was buzzing in the streets or wherever, like online, like what's your type? I never really entertained that question, not even to like myself, not even to others, because firstly it's limiting, right? It's limiting to kind of bind yourself to one particular quote unquote type, but then secondly, it's kind of disgusting, and that's like my main point. Because with the girl that I'm interested in right now, you know, I can tell that she falls into a particular type, I guess, for lack of a better term. Like she's got the particular traits, and at least physically speaking, when we're gonna dive into like the behaviors and just the behaviors and the way of going about things, I guess. Yeah, her physical traits are very much in alignment with what I've discovered that I like, and that's the hair, the and this is getting weird. You see this, it's getting weird. Just trying to list the things, which is a major reason why I have a problem with having a type, because say I landed this girl, right, or like any girl that fits my quote unquote type. Just walking around in the street will lead to you, like eventually will lead to you bumping into another girl of that type. And then at least I found that, and maybe this is the case because I'm not in a relationship and I'm not exclusive to a particular girl, but then I found that if I see multiple girls of a particular type, my at the very least my emotions get like riled up, you know, and that shouldn't be the case. Like obviously you should have eyes for you, just your girl, just your one girl. But if you have this type thing going on, and if you associate with having a type, man, it gets tricky because you do encounter other girls who aren't obviously your girl in the streets or like online or wherever, and you start to feel weird because you've allowed yourself to, I don't know, indulge, I guess, in the concept of liking a particular person who has particular traits and particular, characteristics, at least physically. The girls right now that I'm seeing, like in person or like online, that I'll have weird feelings for, because they 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 in that criteria of that particular type, I guess, that I like. And my feelings, well, I'll start to feel weird inside, right? Because they look like these girls that, or they look like the type of girl that I'm particularly attracted to. But I'll be aware enough to realize that if I were to land like one of these girls that fall into this type, chances are we're not gonna gel well, because their personality will be like undesirable, at least for me. The only thing that would have, led to us being together is because, you know, of a particular, you know, yeah, that I would have essentially cultivated by reinforcing such a manner of thinking. Yeah, I've got this type. I've got this type. I like girls that so and so and so so and so. You know, I don't know, that's just how I feel about it. And I feel so disgusting whenever I start to feel attracted to a particular girl, um because of because they resemble a particular girl that I'm interested in, or they fall in line with a particular type that I've developed over the course of my life. I just feel so disgusted, because I don't a lot of the times I don't know these girls. So to feel that swelling emotionally kind of disgusts me, because it's very superficial. That swelling is caused by a very superficial thing. you know Very superficial stuff, man. Yeah, I feel like I'm going through. I'm feeling very pubescent. I'm feeling very pubescent. I won't lie to you. Cause yeah, my feelings are all over the place, and they have been for the past while. I don't know why that is. I don't know why people are attracted to a particular set of characteristics, physical traits. Not exclusively though. I'll make that point, because I'm attracted to all sorts of girls, but mostly attracted to this particular um set of traits. I found just by like being honest and doing some reflection. I found that more often than not, I was charmed by this particular type more than any other kind of girl. It might be biological. It's probably biological. You know, it might be a mechanism that ensures that life is maintained or sustained on Earth, and babies are made or whatever. It might be like a biological thing. Something inside me is telling me, yo, you like that girl, make sure that the human race doesn't go extinct. Right? So it's a biological, it's natural, it's an impulse. It's an organic impulse. But sure it's an organic impulse. Kind of like how I don't know, just any other natural thing is natural. But you as a conscious being have to keep that impulse in check. You have to keep that urge, that biological urge in check. You have to be above that because you're conscious, and your conscience, I guess, is not acting impulsively, but it's thoughtful. It's yeah, it's thoughtful. So yeah, the impulses exist, but we have to keep them in check. Yeah, I guess that's what it is. So in the case of you seeing, say you're with your girl and she's that type that you like so much, say you see another girl who's on that type, the impulse might, let loose, but you as the conscious being have to subdue it. Yeah. Because I don't think you can quell an impulse because it's inherent with your physical being. It's involuntary. It's like trying to put an end to the fact that you blink, or to the act of you blinking, or to the to the act of your heart beating. You don't control that, but you can control your reaction to it. You can now say, okay, yeah, she looks like my girl, or like she looks like the kind of girl that I like. um I need to be, you know civil about this. I need to keep myself in check. Yes, I like girls like this, but you get what I'm trying to say. You need to have boundaries with yourself, I guess. I still can't help feeling disgusted sometimes. Like, dude, what am I doing, man? That kind of feeling, like, dude, am I really doing this? I feel so disgusted with myself. But yeah, the moral of the story is we have to keep our feelings in check. Yes, they come naturally. They're gonna come. Pause. But we need to control our reaction. It's completely fair for you to feel. It's completely fair for your body to feel an impulse towards something, but it's about how you react to it. Kind of like how say you've got your wife, or you've got your girl, whatever, and then another girl comes in and your heart starts beating for her. You start having, you know, start having thoughts about her in that funny way. You didn't do that. That was your body. But you have to keep that in check. And you have to try to get it to a point where your body doesn't do that any longer. Emphasis on try, because like I said, it's an impulse. You don't choose your impulses, but you can choose how you react to them. So yeah, that was me talking a little bit about how I kind of feel disgusted whenever I see girls, or whenever I feel a weird way about girls. Um, within my particular type, I guess. Yeah, this is a very weird one. Because it begs the question, right? Do you really like a girl? Do you just like particular traits and shit? Yeah, so it begs that question, but I think it's a matter of just working in tandem with your biological kind of calling for a particular type of woman, and your judgment of her character. Like I'm talking about her being now, not just her physical whatever. It's about working in tandem, because yes, you'll see girls of a particular type, but are the traits and the inner personalities, or the characteristics what you align with, or what you want to have in your life? Maybe not, so yeah, it's that sort of thing. To relate it back to the girl that I have a crush on right now, yeah, she pretty much like ticks all the boxes for me. Like, yeah. Well, I don't think I'm gonna land it, dude. To be honest with you, I don't think I'm gonna land it. Am I gonna try? Am I gonna give myself an honest go? Um, at landing her. Am I gonna give myself an honest go at landing her? It's a simple question. Yeah, I don't feel as though I've given up, even though I ought to do. Even though I ought to, man. I say that because she's got a man, obviously. She's not super crazy about me online. Maybe if we met, that would be a different story. But maybe I'm just misconstruing, in a romantic interest for. Because, like I said in the previous videos, like she's very jovial, like naturally. So I might be misconstruing that for interest of some sort. But again, you'll remember in the previous video I spoke about how it dawned on me that it was very probable that I wasn't misconstruing, or whatever, and that she actually was trying to feel on me, or not feel on me like physically, but she was trying to, establish something. It's possible, because it turned out that, and I'll be honest here, turned out that her type, just based on her man, was dudes along along my kind of realm. So it's possible. It's possible. You know what I mean? So yeah, I desperately just I desperately didn't want to be that guy who misconstrued, you know, courtesy for interest, to the point where I completely overlooked possible and very, you know, reasonable points that could have suggested interest, viable points. You know, um, yeah, I don't know. I've been talking about this girl for far too long, but like I said, this is the arc, dude. This is the arc. So, am I gonna try to land this still? I, I tell you what, I won't head to her thinking, oh, like, bearing in mind that I'm landing her. But what I will try to do, or what I will be doing, is trying to find resolve, because it's very clear in my rhetoric, in the way that I speak about her, that I'm unresolved. It's apparent that I'm unresolved with this girl. So I need to meet her, be around her long enough to kind of know where I stand. Like I said in the previous videos, I might be around her for long enough to realize that, I was completely out of my mind by thinking that I had a crush on this girl or whatever. You know what I mean? Not that she will be like repulsive or whatever, but I'll get I almost said a good sense of a personality. I'll be getting a sense of a personality, because again, 4 days is not long enough to know a person. Instagram is not a good, place to truly know a person. So yeah, dude. I think I just need to accept that. I think I just need to accept that I too had a girl that went away. I think I just don't want to accept that. I think that's a big thing that I don't want to accept, because I see it among human beings. I see it among my friends that there's always that one girl. There's always that one guy that got away. I guess I just don't want to be in that boat, especially considering that I've been very careful when it comes to um relationships and everything that has to do with relationships. I've been tiptoeing, whereas the average person has dabbled, has fallen, has risen, has dabbled, has fallen, has risen. I've been tiptoeing romantically, or like relationship wise, my entire life. Yes, that was a little far. My entire life. You know what I mean? That's just a long winded way of saying no pun intended, because I just let out a little wind. That was a terrible joke. Um, that's just a long-winded way of saying I haven't at all been with girls. Not to say that I've been with guys. Pause. I haven't been in any sort of relationship. I've been careful about that kind of thing. I've been careful, because I'm one of those dudes who think that girls ought to chase after him, and he won't chase after girls or whatever. You know. So yeah, I've been very careful not to just willy nilly get in a relationship, especially if I know that it's not going to head anywhere. Like most relationships that are in, like, that start in school and stuff, don't head anywhere. So I kind of wanted to do like a one and done type thing. To be honest with you, kind of wanted to do a one and done type thing. Wasn't very keen on, falling in love and then having to let that person get away and stuff. So that's a huge reason why it's hard for me to accept that this girl might just not be my girl, because she's the first girl that I kind of felt this way about in my adult years. I'm 23 now. I haven't felt this way about a girl at 18, at 19, at 20, 21, 22. I might have felt like butterflies in my stomach in primary school or whatever, but for a girl my age or whatever, but this is adult now, dude. This is legit now. You know? So yeah, I think that's why I kind of have a hard time letting this one go. Just one of those dudes that just can't admit defeat, I guess. At least in an area where I've made it I've made such a point to keep a clean slate, you know. I've gone so I've gone too far to kind of, fall like this. Shit. I'll try my luck though. One thing I will do is I'll give myself an honest shot. And if it doesn't work, I'll have closure. But then the last thing I'll do is sit here and just kicking myself in the leg going, damn, I should have gone to Johannesburg. I should have tried to see what's up, And that's with the understanding that she's got a man and shit. Yeah, you remember a few videos ago, I was like, I just don't know what to say to her, and that I was keeping her, unresponded to for a few days. Well, I got back to her today in the morning, and I managed to think of something to say. I she essentially, firstly, she asked me what I've been up to, and I went ahead and I told her. I was like, yeah, I'm trying to, because she brought up the whole guitar thing and how you'll remember she said to me, she tried to be slick and say that, yeah, I was just telling my boyfriend that you really shred on the guitar. By the way, I don't shred on the guitar. She's being overly generous. Um, and then she asked me, what you been up to as of late? And I was like, okay. And then I thought, okay, since she brought up the guitar thing, I might as well just tell her, do that. I've taken it, and I told her I've taken it into a commercial direction, and I've been getting into, making and selling these pedals. By the way, she hasn't responded. I feel like I'll make a separate video on that alone. Yeah, I've gone commercial. I've gone commercial with it. Selling guitar pedals, making guitar pedals now. And then I left it at that. And then I made a second text, because she made two. I mean, strategic here. You don't want to bombard a person who only sent you one text, especially a person who barely wants to speak to you. I'm going crazy over this girl. Uh, yeah. She brought up the boyfriend, right? And because she was essentially trying to make it clear without physically, like, actually saying it, that, dude, don't try to holler at me. I've got a man. Um, yeah, she brought up the boyfriend thing, and yeah, the boyfriend is mutuals apparently with my homie, Megamind. Megamind, if you're listening to this, I love you, bro. You already know that. Chances are he's not gonna hear this at all. No, but I will say that again. Yeah, they're mutuals on Instagram, and I expect it's because Megamind does a lot of shows in Johannesburg, and they probably linked there at one of the shows, and they maybe like chilled for a bit and they exchanged Instagrams or whatever. Either that or one person recognized the other person's grind in Johannesburg, and then they followed the other person, and then the other person followed the first person. But at the end of the day, they follow each other on Instagram, and essentially they condone, I guess, each other's grind at the very least. If not that, then they enjoy each other's music. But most probably they condone each other's grind in the game, in the rap game, and in all this, right? So, and I only saw that because you'll remember she reposted on her story a video that she shot of the guy. So I clicked on, because she barely posts, I clicked on it. I went to the guy's profile and I saw that he followed my guy Megamind, and that Megamind followed him. And that's where I saw the other images of her and stuff with him. And then that's what essentially let me know that she's in a relationship. You'll remember I did that. I clicked on her profile and whatever. Where was I going with this? Hold on. Let me pause the video. Yeah, she, like I said, she brought up the boyfriend, and I was like, dude, what exactly did I say? I know I didn't big him up or anything. Yeah, I was like, yo, I noticed that him and my homie Megamind follow each other on Instagram. Because, and then I went on to let her know that my homie Megamind bounces between Johannesburg, Bloemfontein, and Cape Town. And then I said to her, ask him if he remembers Megamind. And then that's the last thing I said. She hasn't got. She read the text. She hasn't gone back to me. It's not looking good for me. It's not looking good. Yeah, dude. I think I just need to get over it. It happens to the best of us. It happens, dude. Well, okay. I'll give myself a shot, and if that doesn't work, I will just have to get over it, because I can feel right now that time has assisted me a lot in healing. I don't feel as bad as I did 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I was going through it because that was the first time in 3 years essentially that I allowed myself to feel that way. In fact, I didn't know that I needed to allow myself to feel that way, and then I had to get those feelings out. A part of me was blocking the floodgates, and then another part of me knew not to let that floodgate open, and then another part of me was not in the know of all of that bullshit. So the floodgate opened. I was a mess for like a week or two. I'm towards the end of that, maybe, because I'm about to open up wounds again once I go to Johannesburg. Because, like I said, I'll be giving myself an honest shot by going to Johannesburg, by giving myself true closure, not this closure that comes with time. Because that's not closure. That's just acceptance of the way things are. I won't be accepting the things for the way they are, and I'll be going there to see how things are with my very own eyes, and I'll probably be met with disappointing, results. But at least I will have seen with my own eyes, right? And then that's the point when I'll heal, and I'll still have the whole type thing. I'll still like girls that kind of look like her, because before then I liked girls that looked like her. I believe, yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah, I'll meet girls who have similar traits. I just hope that I don't associate her with the girls that I'll be meeting, man, because I will want to have left her in the past. I don't feel like it's fair for the new girls that I'll be, you know, talking to. For me to, I don't think it would be fair for them to have to go through that kind of thing. I don't think it would be fair for me to put them through that kind of thing, where I just kind of, whether they're aware of it or not, where I just kind of, just consciously or subconsciously keep comparing them to that one girl that got away, or that one girl that I had a great affinity for. Maybe the girls that I'll meet after her will make me feel even greater than I feel about her, and that I will truly, completely forget about her. I hope that's the case. You know, if me linking with her doesn't work. But yeah, it's been with us. I'll see you in the next one. I love you. You already know that. I wish I could sit here and talk forever, but I have to end these at some point. Yeah, like these videos keep me like a lot of company, and yeah, I just love doing them. They help me do quite a bit. They help me organize my thoughts. I don't think it's healthy and right to just have all these thoughts just all over the place within your chest. I think it's right, and it's just that, and it's, yeah, like I said, healthy to compartmentalize them. Is that a word? To put them in little, neat boxes, and understand how you feel about them and why you feel the way that you feel about them. Because you know your emotions. One huge mistake is that we think we are our emotions. That's not true. We are us. We are us, and then our emotions affect us. But we need to know why. Otherwise, they're just gonna keep affecting you. I'm low key trying to push this video to 40 minutes. I really do podcasts on my own here, man. I'm low key a podcaster. Yeah, and this video really was low key like two videos in one, because I spoke about the types, and then I spoke about the girl again. Yes, I kind of combined the two, but they could have honestly been separate videos. But yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. Feeling a lot better regarding this girl. But yeah, like I said, I'll be opening up new wounds and shit in the event of me heading out there. Cause I need to head out there. I need to. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be sat here thinking about what could have been.